What if I told you that 73% of women struggle to climax during sex? But science has just cracked the code on which positions can change that. I'm Dr. Rebecca Clark, urologist. In the next 6 minutes, I'll reveal the 5 positions that researchers found dramatically increase a woman's chances of orgasm and why most couples are doing it completely wrong. Here's what makes this groundbreaking. Scientists used advanced 3D imaging and real-time ultrasound to watch exactly what happens inside a woman's body during different positions. What they found will surprise you. It's not about flexibility, stamina, or even technique. It's about blood flow to one key area, and some positions boost this by up to 300% compared to others. A volunteer couple tested the most common positions while researchers measured clitoral circulation live. The results were clear. 4 positions consistently created the strongest blood flow and highest orgasm rates. And position number 3? Most people have never even heard of it. Let's dive into the science and see how you can use these findings tonight. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to give this a like and leave a comment. Do you have a favorite position that always works for you? Share it. It could be very helpful for many men. All right, let's begin. Position number 1. Woman on top, face to face. The first position on the list is the classic face to face with the woman on top. It's such a favorite because it gives her full control. She decides the pace, depth, and angle of movement. The combination of body weight and motion naturally directs strong pressure toward the clitoris. When researchers checked blood flow with ultrasound, they observed a powerful, even increase across both sides of the clitoris. In simple terms, this position creates one of the most ideal conditions for reaching orgasm. Position number 2, man on top with hip support. The second position is the traditional missionary, but with an important upgrade, placing a pillow beneath the woman's hips. This slight tilt raises the pelvis, so the partner's movement and body weight are directed more effectively toward the clitoris. Ultrasound imaging confirmed that this adjustment creates a clear, even surge in clitoral blood flow, another strong boost to the chances of orgasm. Position number 3, the coital alignment technique. Next is the coital alignment technique, often called CAT. Think of it as a variation of missionary, but instead of focusing on in and out thrusts, both partners slide their bodies slightly higher against each other. This way, the pubic bone or base of the penis stays in steady contact with the clitoris. The movement here is more of a rocking rhythm rather than deep thrusting. And according to studies, that steady, direct stimulation often allows women who typically struggle to climax during penetration to finally reach orgasm. It may take some practice and coordination, but once you get the rhythm, the results can be remarkable. Position number 4, sitting face to face. The fourth position is sitting face to face. It does improve blood flow to the clitoral region, though not as strongly as the top choices. In this setup, thrusting still creates some level of stimulation, but because there's no direct downward pressure from body weight or gravity, it isn't quite as effective at driving consistent orgasms. Still, for many couples, it's intimate, comfortable, and a great way to maintain connection while experimenting with angles and rhythm. Bonus position, rear entry with elevated hips. Another position that has been shown to enhance arousal and pleasure is rear entry with the woman's hips slightly elevated. For example, by placing a pillow or wedge under her pelvis. Why does this work? The angle of penetration naturally shifts, allowing deeper contact with the anterior vaginal wall, the area where the G-spot is located. At the same time, the elevation lets the base of the penis or the pubic bone press more firmly against the clitoral region. Ultrasound imaging studies have suggested that this angle increases blood flow to the clitoral body and surrounding erectile tissue, which boosts sensitivity and arousal. What's unique about this position is that it combines both internal and external stimulation. The G-spot is being massaged internally, while the clitoral complex receives indirect pressure from outside. Many women describe this as producing fuller, more intense sensations compared to standard penetration angles. Pro tip: encourage slow, controlled thrusting at first, combined with a rocking motion rather than just in and out movement. This rhythm tends to sustain blood flow and maximize stimulation of both hotspots simultaneously. Beyond the positions themselves, research highlights several techniques that can dramatically boost pleasure in almost any setup. Angling, shifting the hips or pelvis. sometimes with a pillow under the hips, can change the angle of penetration, bringing more direct pressure where it's needed most. Rocking. Instead of focusing only on in and out movement, try a gentle rocking motion of the pelvis. This keeps continuous pressure on the clitoris and enhances arousal. Shallowing. Concentrating on stimulation near the vaginal entrance, which is packed with sensitive nerve endings. Pairing. Combining penetration with direct clitoral stimulation, whether by hand, toy, or partner. Studies show that nearly 70% of women report higher pleasure and orgasm rates when this method is used. These simple adjustments can turn any position into a more orgasm-friendly experience. At the end of the day, every woman's body is unique, and what works for one may not work for another. The most important part is to communicate openly with your partner, explore together, and pay attention to what feels good for you. Stay present, let yourself enjoy the experience, and don't shy away from experimenting. Trying new things not only brings variety into your intimacy, but can also unlock deeper, more powerful orgasms. So there you have it. The top positions backed by science that can make female orgasm during intercourse more likely. But remember, it's not about memorizing every option. My challenge to you is simple. Pick just one position from this list and try it with your partner tonight. Then, afterwards, ask her how it felt. Chances are, if you're doing it right, you won't even need to ask. Her body language and reactions will tell you everything. Pleasure is about communication, exploration, and connection. Don't be afraid to experiment. The more open and curious you are, the stronger your intimacy will become. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future tips and science-backed insights on sexual health. And now it's your turn. Drop a comment below and share. What positions work best for you and your partner? Let's build an open, supportive conversation where everyone can learn and benefit. Have a wonderful day. And remember, the best results come when you actually put this into practice.